Hello again and welcome back to Wingot Plays Nomifactory. Today, the last thing we have left to do to finish out the early game is the actually additions section of this quest page. I did take a little bit of a look. One thing that I really wanted to make is the angel ring, so that we can get some creative flight and then we can actually work on making some sort of more custom armor that doesn't have this required jetpack. As well as which, the jetpack has that jetpack noise and the hover mode. I'm slowly going downwards. And I believe even the upgraded version of this still has a very slight... still has a very slight decline even in hover mode. It's not like creative flight where you can actually just double jump and then just be hovering there, levitating in the air. So I wanted to make the angel ring. The angel ring's made here in advanced crafting. And advanced crafting, you need 2 reinforced jetpacks, easy, I've actually made those already, and it needs 2 vibrant jetpacks. Fine. The vibrant jetpacks require the soul binder to put a shulker soul vial and a vibrant crystal together to make a prescient crystal. But that soul binder needs to be made in the extended crafting table, the tier 2 table. Now, the tier 2 table is fine. It can be made in a standard 3x3 grid, so we don't have an issue there. But what we do have an issue with is it needs all of this black steel plate, and black steel plate comes from where was it? Black steel plate, black steel dust. There we go. In the mixer, using steel dust, black bronze dust, void crystals, and red coal. So we need to progress into extra utilities to be able to get access to red coal, and we need to progress into actual additions to get access to the void crystals. And then this black bronze dust I haven't yet looked at, but that very easy. That can be made, no trouble. We just would have to teach the system the recipes. And so because of that, we are definitely going to need to get into actual additions, at least up to the atomic reconstructor here. But we might as well do the rest of these bits that the quest book recommends and get this early game completely finished. The other thing that I did notice, so the angel ring of course also needs to be made on that extended crafting table, but we're already having to make that. But the atomic reconstructor, no, there was something that I was trying to make. If we take a look at into the microverse, you can see here the advanced extended crafting table. It shows that it's locked behind the advanced catalyst. So it does show that you have to go through this process here to get to the advanced extended crafting table, which is the tier 2. I do find it interesting that there shows an angel ring, even though it would not be possible to make an angel ring at that point because it needs this component, which is dependent on that, which is dependent on that, which is dependent on that, which is dependent on all of this. So I don't know why that shows an angel ring, but we're going to find out in just a minute. And to that end, I did actually try to make this manual mill. But to make the manual mill, that's fine. That's pretty easy there. Polished stone is just stone in an autoclave with water. I've actually already set up a water autoclave and I've given it that recipe. Resonating redstone crystal, we already know how to make. This redstone gear I was not expecting to be a modified recipe. Conductive iron gears, fine. I've taught the system to do that, that's easy. But then it also needs these Restonia crystals. And for those Restonia crystals, we need the atomic reconstructor. So that's what we're going to be working on now, is getting the actually additions up and running so that we can actually work towards our angel ring and also the getting access to, well, arguably getting the extended crafting so that we can make the angel ring. So yeah, our current goal, make the angel ring. But let's pop back here and we'll start with, we need to make aluminium casing. We should probably also teach the system to make black quartz, because I think we've only got about 3 or so, 6, there you go, and the system doesn't know how that is made. That was just some random ones we found in a crate at one point. So let's have a quick look here. Aluminium casing, easy, that's just aluminium plates and the black quartz. So we can just put that one in there, and the black quartz is made in the autoclave with crushed black quartz. So if we put that there, the crushed black quartz is made in an electrolyzer with 4 quartzite dust. And then I think the system might actually know how to make quartzite dust. It does not. There's 68 there. And so the last thing is that is made with quartzite dust pulverized in a pulverizer. Perfect. Now we have to try to make these actually go into the correct spots. That is just a standard molecular assembler recipe. That goes into a macerator, which is looking very full at this time. That goes into an electrolyzer. Good. And then lastly, this goes into that autoclave, which is the one that makes polished stone. Perfect. There we go. So at that point, it now knows how to do all of those recipes. And if we tell it to make some black quartz, there you go. It'll just make some in the background. And the only issue we're going to run into is when this quartzite runs low, because we don't yet have a automated source to replenish this quartzite. We do, however, have these blocks of quartzite which can convert. I swear I did not even press my spacebar key there, so I don't know why. And pressing my spacebar key here didn't do anything, so I don't know why it just did a jetpacky thing. But let's ignore that. Now the atomic reconstructor, I have taught the system to make ender eye lens because it's just an ender eye in water. Easy. And ender eye is just a ender pearl plus blaze powder in a chemical reactor, which was easy to tell it as well. I'm going to need 2 emitters, and I'm going to need one of those aluminium casings. We might as well make 10 while we're at it, because I'm sure that we're going to need more than just one of them as we progress through this mod pack. If we have a look there, we've already made 1 aluminium casing, and then we're just going to be waiting on the emitters to be made. There's 1, and it looks like we're going to be quite low on refined processors after that's done. I did make a few extra processor arrays and processors and circuits, but it looks like it stored all 16 of them and then had to craft the extra 4 in order to make these emitters. But there we go, we should be able to craft an atomic reconstructor and the aluminium casing. That was the quest that led into it. Perfect. Now, I don't believe we actually have any power up here on this platform, so I think I'm going to have to pop down to here to use the atomic reconstructor for now. I pointed that the wrong way. It points towards you when you place it. There we go. And I'm going to need a redstone torch to toggle that so that it is in pulse mode, and it only activates when you push a button, which I haven't ever taught the system how to make a button. There we go. Cool. Hit that with a redstone torch, now it's in pulse mode, and then we can put that button there, and it will only fire when we hit that button. Perfect. Now, the one thing we really need is void crystals, which void crystals, assuming this hasn't been changed, are just coal. Hit with a laser. Perfect. There we go. Void crystals. And apparently that quest that looks like void crystals probably is going to require more than that. We also need to make an Inori crystal block. Okay, well, That's pretty easy. And I did say the one thing we need, but we also need Restonia. So let's grab out some redstone, and then we'll grab out some iron as well. I haven't taught the system how to make block of iron. But what we want to do is we want to make it some Inori. There we go. That's Inori crystal block, which can be broken down then into Inori crystals. And if you do individual iron ingots, then you would get those Inori crystals instead. And there's the Restonia that we need. Perfect. That is looking good. Put away that redstone torch. Now let's close that. What do we got here? Meteorite Hunter, Meteorite Compass. I mean, that frankly we don't need, but we may as well do it just to do the quest. Because I wrote meteor. Boom. Perfect. There we go. We've got a meteorite compass. Cool. And that will direct us to the closest applied energistics meteor, so that we can find the inscriber presses that we needed to make the what are they called? The calculation processes and all of those. The thing is, you also don't even need that, so you could alternatively just make them using a precision laser engraver. So having that meteorite compass as a required quest at that point, I don't know. I think that's probably the most appropriate, because this is where the inscription plates are. So if you haven't already found them, you could push through that way to get to the meteor compass. But yeah, I don't know. A great deal of interesting content within Actually Editions. The drill with all the upgrades is a fantastically powerful mining tool. I don't tend to actually be going mining these days, but let's make it anyway. And the vertical digger is a machine which can be placed to automate mining an entire vein for you. Phantom faces are actually pretty cool. They allow you to basically hide the inputs and such on a machine. The auto placers and breakers, fine. Lava factories and much more can be utilized at your discretion to supplement and refine your automation techniques. Awesome. I agree. Actually, Editions is good. Now, in the meantime, we'll quickly make this drill, which diamantine drill core. I don't know about making another drill core. Let's just have a quick look here at the Omnidollars. We've got 25 Omnidollars sitting there. Let's just make another drill core. We do also have over here a bounty board, which we can use to get quests, which then can get us Omni nickels, Omni pennies, even sometimes Omni dollars or Omni quarters. There you go, 6 Omni quarters. And so occasionally I just come over here and look at the ones that I can realistically do, and then complete a chunk of those in order to rebuild our Omni stocks. But there you go. Drill core, nice and expensive, but made. That's the only thing we've got at this point. So we need a diamond drill tip, which can apparently only be made with this manual process. It just needs a couple of diamond plates. It might have been 4. Yep. Even if it wasn't 4, we would use them eventually. They're used to make the calculation processes. No. Logic processes. Engineering processes, the only one I didn't say. Perfect. There you go. Diamond drill tip. Cool. Now we need void crystal blocks. That is just the void crystals that we got from hitting the coal with the laser. We need energetic alloy gears, which I have never had to teach the system how to make. So let's just quickly pop up here and throw that one into the gear extruder. Good. And then put that there and to make 2 of those. Good. And then we need diamantine, which is easy. That's just a block of diamond in front of the laser. Cool. Throw all of that there. Perfect. A whole stack of diamantine crystal blocks, which of course can be broken down into diamantine crystals. And then lastly, we just need an energetic alloy block, which now that we've got energetic alloy being made passively, we've got so much of this that we could even do a full stack and probably not even blink. Cool. And at that point, we can make the drill, except we're just waiting on that second energetic alloy gear to finish crafting. Perfect. And there we go. We've now got the drill. And having used actually additions before, the drill does have upgrades that it can get. If we take a look here, we can do, there's speed upgrades, there's silk touch augment, you can also, you can do fortune, and you can upgrade it to do a 3x3 or 5x5 area. And you can even set it so that it places an item. So for example, torches, which you just tell that what in hotbar location it needs to place from. So I think I'm just going to quickly make a couple of these different drill augments, and I'll be back in just a moment. Okay, and so we've got the drill. Now we need to make the farmer, which we could use instead of the Ender IO farming station. It doesn't do trees, so we would still need that for the trees anyway. But we will make the farmer, and then we will assess how useful it's going to be between episodes. Void crystal blocks done. Oh. Tell you what, let's just grab a whole stack of coal blocks and then another stack of coal here, and we'll convert all of these into void crystal. Perfect. And we can put those away. And we've made those. We just need these dark bimetal gears, which the system should already know how to make. So we just need 3 of those. Go. Perfect. And that'll get us the farmer. And then if we take a look here, we need to make the phantom booster. Up to 3 phantom boosters can be placed atop the vertical digger to increase its area of effect. These are also useful for extending the range of other phantom machines and devices with actual additions. So we need phantom boosters, which we've already made diamantine crystals, we've already made Resonator crystals, and then it just needs this redstone, this ender casing, which is a block of black quartz, fine, ender pearl plate, and pulsating iron plate. I suspect we'll need to teach the system how to make ender pearl plates. Wow, that's going slow. So in the meantime, let's have a look here. Ender pearl plate, okay. Yeah, so it doesn't know how to make those. I don't know how to make those. Okay, so the cutting saw with a block of ender pearl. Fine, we can do that one pretty easily. And then here, I think the cutting was getting rather full, but it's at least got space. Perfect. Now we need 4 of those each, I think. So we'll tell it to make 12, and it'll just do 2 of those blocks processed. Perfect. Now, yep, good. It looks like the gears have been completed, and that gets us our farmer. Cool, which we'll look at later. But in the meantime, that has also finished cutting. So we can go here and tell it to make that. No, we can't, because we need to make pulsating iron plates, which the system does not know how to make. Okay. Pulsating iron plates is made in a compressor. There we go. Do we have any space in a compressor? Yes, just barely. That's our very last compressor space. Let's make 12 of those. Go. And then we're also going to need these block of black quartz, which is just a 2x2 of black quartz. And apparently we're quite low on black quartz. I thought I must have only told it to make like 20 or so. Let's screw it, let's do another 20. But that should be everything we need to make 2 of those ender casings. And I think we're just waiting another pulsating iron plate. Yep, there you go. And there you go. There's 3 ender casings. Good. And then that should allow us to make 3 phantom boosters. Perfect. And then lastly, the vertical digger. So let me just say, this said, yeah, it could increase the range of vertical diggers. Okay, so we want the vertical digger, which needs the drill that we've made. That's fine. I don't need to keep it. It does need our flux bore, which I would be annoyed if we lose the flux bore as part of this. But let's see. Maybe it doesn't actually consume it. If it does, I'm going to be annoyed, but it is what it is. We have our flux bore, of course. The drill I put in here, and so that should be able to go here as well. And then finally, we just need one of these aluminium drills. Or any drill. It looks like it can be any drill. And so the question is what I can make it out of. Iron drill tip. Stainless steel. Okay, I think this is all stainless steel on the outside. Yep, small lithium battery, stainless steel. Okay, so I'm going to make just an iron drill tip, which is just some steel plates and some iron plates. Let's note that's dark steel. Normal steel, we'll get it to make 20 more of those, go. And then it was like this. Then iron plates can go there. And a hammer. Which looks like we're out. Oh, hang on. Oh, yeah, fine. It's fine. Okay. Now, we've got that. So, screwdriver, motor, we've got those. We've got the drill tip. We just need some small stainless steel gears and plates. So, stainless steel, we haven't yet taught the system how to make those components. So, small stainless steel is made in the extruder. Might as well just quickly pop here. Small. Good. Oh, it's made in an advanced alloy smelter, but same diff. And then we are going to need stainless steel plates, which is just going to be made in a compressor. And we don't have space in any compressors. So I'm going to have to make another compressor, give it an interface, and pop downstairs. Thankfully, having all of this set up does streamline the process of adding new things into the system, because basically you just add new things, add a new interface, and all of a sudden this system now knows how to make the thing you wanted. So 10 stainless steel plates, fine. 10 gears. Well, in fact, we'll make 2 of those because we don't need to be making spares at the moment. We tend to use plates of absolutely everything in large quantities, but for now we aren't aware of anything else that needs these stainless steel gears. And then finally, the stainless steel screw can be made in a lathe using a bolt. So there, that's a lathe recipe. And then the question is, well, how can we make a bolt? We can make a bolt with an extruder, which I think I've got an extruder set to making bolts. Let's just check that. Bolt. Yes, good. So that can make the bolt, and then the lathe. There you go. Perfect. Now that should give us everything that we need to make. Was that the bolt? I want the screw. Good. And then that can go there. What goes in the middle here? Oh, the lithium battery. I thought I had made a lithium battery, but I guess I had only made the hole, or the other type. Small battery hole, lithium dust. Oh, easy, done. Cool, so that can go there, that can go there, and we've got an iron drill. Perfect. Now the vertical digger, for some reason, did not pick up our drill. There we go, cool. And okay, that did consume our flux bore, but it's left us with this iron drill, which is, I'd note, LV tier. I think, yeah, okay, I guess all of them are LV tier. Now it's going to be a matter of, is that getting charged? It looks like it's not getting charged, despite the fact that that flux capacitor is still there. So what we might have to see what we can do about making a new flux board, because I'm going to be quite annoyed if I've lost my only mining pick. But there we go, we've got the vertical digger. And so that's given us one Omni dollar. So if we do need to make another flux board, well, 20% of the cost has been refunded. That is rather annoying. But we've just finished early game. Awesome. And as I said, the priority is to get the angel ring. And so in order to get that, we're going to need to progress down into extra utilities. The first step of which is to make the manual mill, which was the actual thing that I was chasing. Perfect. Now if you put the manual mill there, you can right click on it, you can even hold down, and that generates grid power for extra utilities. And as I said, I'm curious what's hidden behind here. Oh, okay. The Angel Ring offers creative flight, and although some of the RF generators are not particularly good, others are quite competitive with the dynamos. You can aim for all the all-powerful rainbow generator and such. Most of it is not required for progression. You should still look through what it offers. Yep, okay, fine. Thank you. Come on. Resonator. The Resonator allows you to make stone burnt and red coal and things using grid power to convert items into other items. Let's quickly just make a Resonator. Perfect. We need another machine block. We haven't taught the system how to make those yet, but let's do that. And red alloy plates. Make 30 of those. Go. And well, good. That gets us the Resonator, which the Resonator, as I said, converts one type of block into another. Perfect. Now, I believe we do need red coal. What's this here? GP generation. Okay. So it's saying stone burnt is key ingredient for many things. I agree. So we should put some polished stone in and get some stone burnt. That will allow us to make mills. And if we look here at mill, so there should be a water mill. There you go. Water mill and lava mill, which generate, when adjacent to lava, generates GP with flowing water blocks, windmills, fire mills, and dragon egg mill, which you put a dragon egg on top of to power it. Now, those are going to need stone burnt as part of their recipe. And yeah, so for example, this water mill, we could actually make that quite easily. We just need stone burnt. And so to get stone burnt, we just need this polished stone. Let's just convert, well, we'll put 16 in for now. You see it's not running. That's because there's no grid power in the system. For now, we have to actually use this manual mill in order to create grid power. And so once we get the mills, we won't then need to be manually generating grid power. The mills themselves will generate the grid power, which will run the Resonator and other extra utilities machines, including the power generators. But the Angel Ring as well needs, I think it's 32 grid power in order for you to fly with Creative Flight. And so if you also need the mill set up in a chunk loaded location in order to even make in order to be able to fly using the Angel Ring. So the mills is something that I will set up very definitely, and I will just do probably just a water mill setup, generating some passive grid power for us. But in the meantime, let's have a quick look at red coal. Red coal is just made from charcoal in that Resonator. So if we go here and put this charcoal in instead, well, we're not actually going to convert the whole lot, so let's just do this. I didn't actually pay attention What did it say? Oh, no. It's got to be 16 GP to make a single red coal. Okay. So, yeah, this manual mill is going to be tedious to use that to create lots and lots of red coal. But I'm not looking to use the manual mill to create lots and lots of red coal. I'm just... Oh. Right. This caps out at 15. You actually can't go above 15.04. And so you can't convert charcoal using the manual mill. So I'm definitely going to have to make an actual mill. You'll have to craft a piece of red coal to put into relevant patterns manually. Okay, sure, whatever. But yes, so I'm going to have to create some mills to generate our grid power, and then that will allow us to progress through here and hopefully get to the extended crafting table fairly soon. I will see you in just a moment. Okay, and with that I've made a water mill, and I've got flowing water on all 4 of its sides. I've just temporarily placed it down here in the basement, but I will expand this later to have a number of water mills, probably 8, with passive grid power generation. You can see it there generating 16 grid power by itself, and it's passively, of course, creating that grid power. If we then pop back upstairs, it was using that grid power because I've put in here the remaining polished stone in order to make stone burnt. But if we just take that out, 4 of those will allow us to make another water mill, but now that we've got 16 grid power, the charcoal can be converted into the red coal that we need. And if we just pop these here, that will give us another water mill, which will allow us to double that grid power generation. But that will give us red coal. Perfect. And then that allows us to move on to black steel. And black steel was in a mixer with red coal, void crystals, black bronze, and steel dust. We needed to teach the system to make the... it was the dust here, yep. To make the black bronze as well. But we'll do that in just a sec. And then we'll also automate the laser there. That can be automated just by putting it in a location with... The easy way is just put a pressure plate underneath where the items are dropping, and then they'll activate the pulse that when they get put into the system, they will drop onto the pressure plate, it will activate the laser, and then you can use some sort of ranged collector, such as the ranged collector from Actual Editions, to pick up the product that you want to get from that system. Perfect. Now, both of these are molecular assembly recipes. Black steel dust, yes. The dust itself is black steel dust is a mixer recipe. Yep, okay. So black bronze dust is definitely a molecular assembly, and then black steel dust is there. And then if we tell it to make black steel dust, I want 10 of that. It's complaining because it needs more red coal. That's fine. There should be more sitting here by now. In fact, we haven't put any into this system. And we haven't taught it how to make steel dust, which is easy because it's just got to be pulverizing steel ingots. Good. And then I've made a new macerator, and that can go in there. Good. Now I want you to make 10 of that. Perfect. Go. Now, the next step is, I think we're going to need black steel ingots. So let's just quickly look at this. I think you can convert, yeah, there you go, 10 seconds in a blast furnace to make black steel dust into black steel ingots. Fine. Let's make 3 of those so that we can have simultaneous processing up here and not be slowed down all that much, at which point it'll be like 3.33 seconds per black steel ingot that we want it to create. Perfect. And then black steel dust, there you go, we have black steel dust. Awesome. I'm just quickly going to... Oh, I think I just cut it off a millisecond or like a fraction of a second before that red coal was created there. But there we go. We've got black steel. And with the black steel, we can proceed to make black steel plates, luminescence, which I'll need to automate, but we've already made that. Glowstone plate, which glowstone in a cutting saw makes plates, easy, and then electrum plate allows us to make the advanced components. Perfect. That'll be pretty easy to make. And then the advanced catalyst is here, and it's basically just 4 of those with a black steel plate. So that's going to be easy to make. Then the extended crafting table is just going to be the components, the catalysts, and the basic catalyst, which is the basic catalyst is black steel plates, luminescence, iron plates, nether quartz plates. So effectively all we need to do is automate this luminescence, and then we can make the extended crafting table and get access to our angel ring, except for we will also need to quickly detour into here, the soul binder, which is also made in the same extended crafting table. But that's the goal for next episode. Make the extended crafting table, make the soul binder, make the angel ring. And I'll see you in the next one. Stay happy and healthy.